And now we're going to talk about the final cards in the set. The colorless cards and the lands. There are some non-basic lands in this set. Also, during the break, my cat was trying to eat a yellow jacket, so I caught it in a little plastic container and we'll let it out after this stream. Yay! I don't know. Why do yellow jackets keep getting into my apartment? Stop it. I know it's warm in here and cold out there, but please don't come in here. Please don't come into my apartment. My cat's gonna eat one of you eventually, and I really don't want that to happen. Aang's Journey. This is a colorless lesson. It's pretty nice, because you can put it in any deck, and I would actually pick this decently highly. Search your library for a basic land card. If it was kicked, search your library for a basic land card and a shrine card. Reveal those cards, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. So at 2 mana, you also gain 2 life. At 2 mana, just like getting the land, gaining the life is really solid because of the colorless nature of this. There was a card like this, Environmental Sciences, in Strixhaven, and it was very helpful. Just the fact that it also gets you a shrine. If you are playing a shrine deck, this makes it a really great enabler. And you get to kick off your journey. Energy bending. I love this art of this scene of him taking the bending away. This is like awesome looking. It's a 2 mana instant. Lands you control get all basic types, and you draw a card. I actually don't think it's like that useful. It's essentially a cantrip, but it looks really cool. That's really neat. I like it. There's a quote from the lion turtle on it. Cool. Zuko's Exile. Also cool art. This is a colorless instant. It's a lesson. You exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment, and its controller creates a clue token. So you're able to take out any type of threat, really, and just give your opponent a clue. This is a very good upgrade of the lesson that was in Strixhaven. And I would actually say that this gives all colors access to pretty nice removal because it is exiling removal. And at the cost of your opponent can then pay 2 mana to draw a card. I think that that's worth it. I would consider running one of these in a deck. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Just some nice explosives. Momo, you stay away from that. I see you up there. This is a 1 mana artifact that you can use to convert mana once a turn. Pretty much you put a mana in, you get a mana out of a different color. Great fixing. Or you can pay 5, tap it, sacrifice it to do 5 damage to target creature. It's removal, and at 6 mana total, that's not bad. I like that early on it's fixing, and later it's removal in any colors. Momo wants to commit war crimes. Let Momo have war crimes. He wants war crimes. Let him have war crimes. Bender's Water Skin, so you can always have Doet with you. I actually think this is a pretty sweet mana rock. Possibly one I will put into some constructed decks for Commander or Brawl. Artifact. 3 mana. Taps for mana of any color. Untaps during each other player's untap step. Now, if you only have 1 opponent, that's just like 1 extra untap of it. If you have 4 or like 3 opponents, that's a lot of extra untaps. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. You can use it for water bending. Yours and your opponent's turn. Yeah, I like that it's been on your turn and then on your opponent's turn separately. Fire Nation Warship, 3 mana 4/4 reach vehicle, because it can fire upwards. When this vehicle dies, you get a clue, and it has crew 2. So it's not doing anything too snazzy. It's just a vehicle with reach. Kyoshi Battle Fan. 2 mana artifact equipment. When it enters, you make a 1/1 ally, and you attach it to it, meaning you get a 2/1 creature because this gives +1/+0. It's just a colorless, I guess, ally maker. If you have a way to like blink the artifact, you can also like blink it and recast it for 2 to get it again. It's like Monk's Fist. It is almost exactly the same, except it's making an ally. Oh, this is Sokka's sword that's made out of meteorite. Okay, so what's really awesome about this is that I'm never going to cast this. Actually, that's not true. I've cast a Meteor Golem, and this is Meteor Golem as an equipment, which is kind of neat. Meteor Sword costs 7. When it enters, you destroy target permanent. Oh, this one does not say non-land. This one does not say non-land. You can even destroy lands on it. Oh, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to touch earthbent creatures. That makes sense. Equipped creature gets +3/+3, equip 3. You want to know where I'm putting this? I'm putting this in my Gilgamesh deck. Gilgamesh cheats these into play. Cheats the equip, too. Yeah, I don't want to pay 7 mana. I want to cheat this into play. You know who else likes this? Honestly, the, like, Stoneforge Mystics out here just like, dang, that's crazy. 7 mana? Wrong, 2. Destroy non-land permanent. That's sweet. That's sweet. I like it. Yes, if you have tough out and you put counters on this and it's a land, then when it dies, it would come back and destroy things again. Yay! Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, sorry. Destroy a land permanent. Destroy any permanent. Great equipment to cheat out. Also, semi-playable and limited outside of that, just because sometimes you just take the big removal that has another upside. It's fine. Cheat it in with Stoneforge and start blinking it. Mono white DIY strip mine. We'll make it work. Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong. This is a card I'm going to put into my Galadriel deck. I opened one of these in paper and I'm excited about it. 6 mana, legendary artifact. Scry 2 by tapping, paying 1. Whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. You can only do this once per turn. So you could scry with something else on your turn and then use this on your opponent's turn to get free spells all the time. Free spells all the time. I love scrying and then revealing. It makes me happy. Very fun. Trusty Boomerang. It is an equipment. You can give the equipped creature 1 tap target creature, put the boomerang back in hand, and it has equip 1. So this is something that like wants you to cast it over and over, which goes really well with the Sokka card, the blue-red one, that says whenever an artifact enters, I get a +1/+1 counter. So you cast this for 1, equip it for 1, pay 1, tap a thing, tap this, put it back in hand. It's like a stupid 3-mana loop, but that's like what it's designed around. I wouldn't personally value this that much. Now this is a card I want. I run a Toughness Matters deck. It's a big booty Bator deck. Maybe some of you run Felithar or Doran. And all of us, maybe you're running Pride of Hulklade. And all of us, you know what we see? We see a 0/30 and we think, damn. That's a nice booty on that. There's a nice booty on that wall. It is a 0/30. Now, it also has other text. I believe this is the largest booty in Magic. Yes. At least without like it being an X cost or having an ability causing it. Other permanents you control have indestructible. Who cares? Sure, it's incredibly strong. Sure, that's really helpful. It's a 0/30. That's all I care about. I didn't even notice that it had another ability when I revealed this card. I was just like, oh, look at how thick it is. I got so excited. Anyway, I really want a copy of it because booty matters. It does not have reach. In limited, I would be hesitant to play this card just because it costs 8. Though it does protect you very, very well until somebody destroys it with the 2 mana destroy target artifact. Whoops. The White Lotus tile. A 4 mana artifact enters tapped, but then taps for X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. It's going to be allies. I probably wouldn't play this in limited, but I would consider playing this in constructed. Kind of like 3-Tree City, or like there's like a Nyx artifact that does something similar. This one's based on creature types, and yeah, you're able to just make a whole bunch of mana off of it. Yeah, it comes in tapped. That's its biggest downside. But it's cool. Yeah, I like that they were able to work in the fact that it is a Lotus tile. Because it's, you know, Lotus making mana. That's a magic thing, but it's the White Lotus. Yeah, that's cool. Abandoned Air Temple. This is the white rare land. So there's a cycle of rare lands in the set that enter tapped unless you control a basic. Does not need to be a basic of that color, just a basic. They tap for the color, in this case, white, and have an activated ability. This one is 4 mana, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's very nice for limited. I think that that is a good rate for that card. Not all of them are that good, but some of them are, like ATLA, which is apparently the Northern Water Tribe. That's the name of the city. It was in the comics or in one of the books. It was not in the show itself. Somebody was telling me about this. This land enters basic, or enters tapped unless you have a basic. Taps for blue. You can pay 3 to draw and then discard to put, like, say, more lessons in your graveyard. It's similar to Desolate Lighthouse. And the other one is kind of like Gavany Township. Yep. And then we have a common cycle of lands. These are just useful for limited because they're good fixing. You should take some of these in your color if you're drafting. They enter tapped. They tap for 2 colors, but you can pay 4, tap, sacrifice the lands to draw a card. Fun fact, if you earthbend onto one of these and you're just like, I want to do that again, you can sacrifice it and it will come back. Yay. Gavany Township and Shambles. They're different. We got Bossing Say now as the rare cycle. You can pay 3 to earthbend 2, but you have to do it at sorcery speed. It can buff itself, but you probably want to buff something else so this can, like, you know, so you have the other creature there able to attack and block. Boiling Rock Prism. Yes, these are similar to the ones from New Capenna, except it's colorless mana on the sacrifice. I think those ones had colored in their requirements. Fire Nation Palace is a really weird one. You pay 2 mana and tap the land to give Firebending 4. So you're essentially spending 3 mana, unless you have a way to discount the activated ability of your land, like a Blossoming Tortoise, to get 4 mana that you can only use during combat. Bossing Say is not legendary. None of these rare land cycles are legendary, I think to make them easier to play. Kind of like how the planets weren't legendary in Edge of Eternities. Foggy Bottom Swamp. Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop. This is not part of that cycle. This is a standalone card. It taps for colorless. You can tap for color, or any color, to cast an ally or use ally abilities. And you can 5 tap and make an ally. Very nice for limited to just be able to use your land to make a creature. Kyoshi Village. Great art on a lot of these lands. Meditation Pools. Oh, that's pretty. Misty Palms Oasis. North Pole Gates. Mashu City. Realm of Ko. This is the black card in the cycle. You pay 4 mana, tap, to make a spirit token. Now remember, the spirit tokens can't block anything, just other spirits. But they also can only be blocked by spirits. So this is also a very nice card to have in limited because it gives you this, like, evasive army that you can just build up out of your extra mana. Chat's like, it's not even got the type gate. The swamp doesn't have the type swamp. No, it's fine. Those are good names, I think, for the lands. We got the Rumble Arena. It's vigilant. Wonder why you'd want a vigilant land. Earthbending. When it enters, you scry 1, which is nice, and it's also a filter land, so you can use it to make mana of any color if you're willing to pay an extra mana. I think Rumble Arena is like it's a nice card. I would run one of these in a deck if I didn't have good fixing, and if I also had a lot of earthbending, which is nice. Secret Tunnel. Lands with funny abilities. This land can't be blocked because it goes underneath. It's the Secret Tunnel. You can also make the 2 lovers, 2 target creature types that you control that share a creature type, or 2 target creatures that share a creature type, unblockable with it. like a rogue's passage, but for two lovers. Oh, chat with the secret tunnel. Also, it's a cave. Remember how we saw a card that could get a cave? Cave. It's rare, though. Serpent's Pass. Sunblessed Peak. These are such gorgeous paintings of these locations. The White Lotus Hideout. This is uncommon. You can tap for mana of any color for lessons or shrines for that archetype. Also, it's a filter land for mana of any color. And now we have the bonus sheet. The bonus sheet is one card per episode. And we're going to talk about each of those. And, in fact, we should do it a little separately because they're weird.